Ladies and gentlemen,
let's rock.
This is FanStream Sports.
Can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Yes! Here we go!
I guess I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about my pants.
Oh, yeah. Welcome into the Colby, Sapp, and IndyCarTim show. That show that you've tripped up and made it to here. Well, congratulations. I hope you make it through the rest of whatever nonsense is about to come out of mine and Tim's mouth. That text line, if you've downloaded this podcast and you need to communicate with me and Tim, you can either do that by social media everywhere, or if you need to use your phone, 214-937-0569 is how you do that. If you've managed to be across our YouTube and you're watching it right there right now, and you haven't liked this video, do it anyway. Do it now.
Do it.
Do it now.
Do it.
I am Colby Sapp, and in the other room doing the things with the sound and any screw-ups that happen, it's his fault. It's one IndyCarTim.
Welcome to your show, Colby.
It's our show. It's got both their names in it.
Are you enjoying the pre-splooge so far?
The pre-splooge had a lot of things talking about things that we've already discussed, but in more graphic detail.
Very much so.
But I will point out that before I get into other things that I wanted to get into right off the intro, I got followed by 32 pennies on Twitter. I guess he's less than 50 Cent, but
I mean, I guess.
He's a masculinity influencer.
Huh.
How do you get that job? Do you just say that's what you do?
I mean, that's what he had to do, right?
Right. So
that's weird.
Hashtag guy stuff. Hashtag bikinis, which, okay.
Huh.
Hashtag guns, music. Hashtag shit posting. Hashtag massive balls. And hashtag fitness and food. So
I feel like we should be using all of those hashtags for our show.
we should. We should. Should we double down on the massive balls one too?
Yes.
Okay.
Gigantic,
right.
massive balls.
We have a show for you guys, I promised, because I'm staring at a run sheet right in front of me that tells me all the things we're going to talk about. Tim will get to what day is it right in just a little bit, but after that, we are going to get into the Mavs and Stars talk, because history over the weekend had a few things happen as the Dallas Stars and Dallas Mavericks make it to both sets of conference finals, which that's amazing. Also, by the way, we ended up with an undisputed world heavyweight champion in boxing.
Didn't know that was still a sport.
It's still a sport, and they still do things, and it's right over there. I doubt I'm going to get Tim to be able to talk about it, so we won't worry about it too much. But if you are interested in that kind of talk, then, talk to me. Comment down below or shoot a tweet at me or whatever, and I will discuss any of that mess that y'all need to have discussed to you from us. Good, bad, and ugly. Basically famous birthdays, and we decide, you'll find out the rules if you haven't already, what's happening when the good, bad, and the ugly. We've got a list instead of tonight's mystery shotgun, because the mystery shotgun has to cook a little bit longer because I hadn't had a whole lot of things happening in the world of comic book movies. So we got a list for you. So Wednesday night, I'll get you your mystery shotgun. And I got a few things I'm working on that may include Spider-Man 4 details that you may want to find out and know about. But I've got to do some digging on that one. And then nonsense segment about gross stuff and women, which is probably a lot more pot farting. And then news.
It's worse.
And
it's
then
worse.
News and notes. But Tim, I did a thing as I went to go see my mom this actual last weekend, because I didn't go for the Mother's Day.
Right.
I ended up going this last weekend.
How is Elaine?
Elaine's doing all right.
Good.
She's doing all right. My sister cooked, because I was actually contemplating, I can, instead of going Friday, I'll go Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But I told her I was coming Friday. And She said, "Hey, I cooked fried chicken, gravy, mashed potatoes, purple hull peas, and cornbread biscuits." So, of course, hearing that,
Did you bring leftovers?
oh, yeah, I did. But as soon as they made it to my house,
Damn it.
they were gone. And I forgot how much I loved purple hull peas.
I don't think I've ever heard of that in my life.
They look like black-eyed peas. They do not taste like black-eyed peas.
What do they taste like?
A cross between a cream pea and I guess it's just as close as I can get it as a cream pea.
Okay. I'd probably be in.
Oh, no, they're amazing. They're amazing, especially cooked right. So went over there, had dinner over there. But the other thing was that my mom had lost her phone somewhere in the house.
Oh, no.
And I didn't realize how many times a day my mom likes to call my phone until like a few days in a row she wasn't calling it.
Oh, no.
And so I had a little bit of a break because she'll just call to be like, "Hey, how's it going? What you doing?" Well, tell everybody I love them. And I'm like in the middle. I'm holding up a box of liquor, trying to move things, and I'm in a tight spot, just can't move. Hello, because I'm thinking something's wrong.
Yeah, you
or
gotta
whatever
answer it,
every
yeah.
time. Or she'll call at 3 a.m.
What's she doing up at 3?
She forgot what time it was.
She's coming in from the bars?
Yeah, she forgot what time it was. Hey, is everybody doing all right? What?
We're sleeping, Mom.
So I forgot because her phone has been found now.
Okay.
So now I'm receiving calls at random of all times, and you can't not pick up the phone.
You have to.
Because it's your mom.
Yeah.
But at some point I'm going to be like, "Oops, I accidentally blocked her." Because it's I mean, food's going to mouth. Ring!
You're going to block her at 3 a.m.
You know what? I should set my phone to whatever it is, sleep mode.
Yeah, mine does that.
Do something like that. So, anyway.
That's awesome.
Mom's found her phone back.
Oh, Elaine.
You want to say Spider-Man for news and notes, or should we show Spider-Man now?
Let's do it now, because you probably got enough news and notes, don't
I do
you?
have enough news and notes. The lovely wife Sybil sent me because she found from a DFW Target, Spider-Man showed up to give out confidence-boosting speeches.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God. This guy,
Let's see. Got to find it. Here we go.
All right.
Spider-Man.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. Even if you're depressed, you gotta keep pushing. Even if you're going through addiction, you gotta keep pushing. You can't just be sitting there, laying there, not doing nothing. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. Don't worry about what he's saying. Don't worry about what she's saying. Don't worry about what they say. You gotta keep pushing. Keep pushing. Don't worry about what they say. You can do it. Keep pushing. And that's the truth.
I don't know how I would react if I was at that Target.
I'd pull out the phone and start videoing immediately.
My brain would be going off that, hey, what does he do for an encore? And at some point, does this go bad? Because, first of all, if you missed the first part of the video, he walks up to the camera person, the phone person, and he's pouring Cocoa Puffs and milk onto himself.
What kind of message does that send?
I don't know if that means, push through breakfast
Push through a bad cereal?
or watch your mouth, sir.
Cocoa Puffs?
Cocoa Puffs are good.
Come on.
I mean,
Got a comment on X from Andrew Morris. They're going to be pushing him out the front door.
they might be.
Yeah, they are.
They might be. I
Good one, Andrew. Thanks for watching.
I don't know though, man. If I'm seeing that going on, you say pull out the. I'm looking for what's going to happen next.
You think there's more to it?
There's got to be more to it because that wasn't enough.
Are you thinking violence?
I don't know if you're crazy enough to douse yourself in milk and Cocoa Puffs.
It wasn't gasoline.
True, but is that next? Is he up? Is he going to do the Daffy Duck trick? That one trick
if
you can only do once?
If he does, I want it on video.
Well, true. If
You
I
know?
accidentally or purposely set myself on fire, and this is going to be my one last ride, I'd want somebody to film it. At least make it go viral. Or
Sell it to
something.
TMZ or something.
Yeah. Not that, well, they only deal in celebrities.
That's
I
true.
don't think they'd
Wow,
worry about me.
That could be Tom Hanks inside that Spider-Man suit. You never know.
No, man. Did you see those shoes?
The two different shoes?
Yeah, I don't
They weren't
think-
even a matching pair of shoes.
I mean, Tom Hanks would have on boat shoes, right?
That's probably true. I feel like Tom Hanks would probably pick Superman, too. I don't think he'd do Spider-Man.
But see, now if you're going to do something like that and you're going to go viral like that, he actually did it pretty right. Because
The mask.
The mask.
Yeah.
So later on,
Those are some baggy Spider-Man drawers, too.
he looked like he was a thick dude that was just, maybe he didn't, hit the Spider-Man button like.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. Even if you're depressed, you gotta keep pushing. Even if you're going through addiction, you gotta keep pushing. You can't just be sitting there, laying there, not doing nothing. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. Don't worry about what he's saying. Don't worry about what she's saying. Don't worry about what they say. You gotta keep pushing. Keep pushing. Don't worry about what they say. You can do it. Keep pushing. And that's the truth.
And I think part of that was like he was going to fall down anyway, and he's
Yep.
like, "Oh, I'm just going to do this."
He's on a roll.
He's on a Cocoa Puff.
So I
is
wonder
what he
which.
was.
He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, Colby.
Man,
It's a bad cereal, by the way.
it is not a bad. What? No.
I'm a Count Chocula guy.
Okay, yes, but Cocoa Puffs aren't bad.
I just don't like the round shape of the cereal.
So any puff, you're out because nearly everything that says puff in it is just a thumpable sphere.
I guess, yeah. Like I'll eat Captain Crunch, and it's got the round berries in it, and those are glorious.
Well, and also round is peanut butter crunch. It's round, and it's. The
I
best
like
texture.
the Captain Crunch peanut butter.
Yeah,
I don't like the Reese's peanut butter cereal.
because they add chocolate to it. And
I
that's
don't know
just
why.
too much flavor.
It's way too much. Yeah, I just need the peanut butter. I don't need the
They
chocolate.
have all peanut butter.
You shouldn't have chocolate in your cereal. It shouldn't be a thing.
I thought you said you liked Count Chocula.
Well, no, I mean like if it's peanut butter cereal. You should have either peanut butter cereal or you should have chocolate cereal.
No. Peanut butter and chocolate they're the thing. They go together.
They go together way better than peanut butter and jelly. That's for damn sure.
Okay, now you know what? You're irritating the shit out of me.
Struggling.
Good. That's the way it goes.
You're a walking pot fart. You know
The
that?
way we roll. Oh, you mean one of these?
For those that missed the last episode we had where we showed you the lady on the skateboard that farted into a pot. There you go. And somehow I'm supposed to take that in my hands and segue into, hey, Tim,
Colby.
what day is it today, bud?
Oh, thank you for asking so much. I'm so excited.
No, you're not.
I'm so enticed. Just trying to use big words. Is enticed a big word? Probably not.
It is.
Kind of is for me. Colby, we're having a very good day today because today is Be a Millionaire Day.
Like, so everybody gets to be a millionaire day?
Is
Or-
Oprah just handing out $1 million bills to everybody today?
First of all, I'd like to see that,
I
$1
would
million
too.
bill.
A
Secondly,
lot of zeros.
is it just you get a candy bar?
Oh. No, those aren't $1 million bills anymore. $1 million, aren't they? What are they?
They're billions now?
Oh, they're 100,000.
Oh, the $100,000 bar?
Yeah, well, they used to be called $100,000 bars, and then they changed it to 100 grand bars, which is stupid.
Hmm.
But Colby, let's go be a millionaire today.
Why don't we just stack a bunch of them together and call that the million bar?
All right.
Yeah?
We
Yeah.
should do that. $1 million saloon in Dallas. I used to
Sounds expensive.
frequent that place quite a bit. Might still be open. I don't know. I don't go to those places anymore.
Oh, bullshit. Go look at your timeline.
I don't even know how to get to any of those places. Colby, it is National Clinical Trials Day.
So when they test stuff that they think may help out humanity and you go show up there to go see if it can help out humanity,
You're the guinea pig.
yep, they pay you money.
I'm out. I'm outsies.
I'm kind of in on some of that though, man. You get to be the first ones to try the miracle drugs that came off the alien spaceships.
Like, I keep waiting for them to say, we need volunteers of males born between the years of 1969 and 1972 to volunteer for a free weight loss drug trial.
They've done that already.
I know, but I always miss it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta lose weight.
You can just take a shot.
Need to Google that. Make me lose weight, pill. It is Eliza Doolittle Day.
Is that Dr. Doolittle's kid?
No, that's from the play, right? Isn't Eliza Doolittle from... I was hoping you would know. From My Fair Lady.
Wait. You wanted to look at this face.
I thought you'd know who she was. I can't remember what it was.
And give you the answer, My Fair Lady.
You've never seen My Fair Lady? That look tells me all I need to know.
Have I ever seen My Fair Lady?
It's a good stage production down there at that Dallas Summer Musicals. You should go get some culture, Colby. Let's double date down there at that Dallas Summer Musicals one night.
No. I can't.
I'll send a limo to pick you up.
No.
Pick you and Sybil up, and we'll do dinner at Antares or whatever it's called now at Reunion Tower.
Nope.
We'll be in our little tuxes. The girls can be in their little black dresses.
If there was no way that Kevin Hagelin could ever talk me into doing anything like that, there's no way that you could, sir. There's not a person on this planet that could get me to go purposefully and on my own accord to a musical.
You know, I used to say that, but then I went to some in there. And I don't like all of them, but there's the big ones like that. Like My Fair Lady was good. Went to some Blood Brothers was good. Of course, Phantom of the Opera. We saw that. I'd have to get that funded, and I'd have to figure out a way to pay you to do that.
Yeah, you would have to.
It's National Flower Day.
Like all flowers?
I know the picture just indicates it's a rose.
So just the rose?
Flower Day is here. What can be lovelier than gifting flowers to those you love?
That's right. What's your favorite flower, Tim?
All-purpose.
All-purpose flower?
Yeah.
I'll go tulips.
What I lay out on that one here for a little bit. What can we do with my all-purpose and your tulips?
Well, we'll find the wet spot.
I was waiting for that. Colby, it is Hats for Headway Day. Let's see, that was difficult to say. So apparently, you're supposed to help raise funds for brain injury survivors by posting a photo of yourself in a hat.
That's every photo I've ever taken, pretty much, in my entire life, even when I had hair.
Or a bandana.
Yeah. Sometimes both.
How about International Red Sneakers Day?
I'm not opposed to the red sneaker.
Me neither. But I feel like there's only a certain group of people that could really pull it off.
It pretty much just means that you're in some nice faded jeans, right? Then you can pull it off.
I was thinking you got to have a tracksuit on or something that matches it.
What are you, Russian?
No, I'm going a different direction.
Okay.
National Band Directors Day.
Nope.
No?
No.
What about John Williams?
Yeah, but I'll never be a part of his band, so.
No, because you don't play the bassoon or the oboe?
Yeah. I still wonder if I can still play the French horn.
There's no way.
There's no.
Your embouchure would not be correct.
What the fuck you say?
Your embouchure would not be correct.
Okay. Is that tone?
For those, that's no.
All right.
It's the shape and form of your mouth on the mouthpiece. Your embouchure.
Oh, no, I can still do that.
I remember that from 7th grade band.
See, my band director didn't maybe have said that, but I didn't pay attention because I was probably doodling Ninja Turtles at the time.
Probably were. Colby brought one of the boys with me today.
You did. And also your dog.
And the lovely and talented Tolo is here tonight. Hi, puppy. He's a little discombobulated. He's never been here before. He's never ridden a car that long before. But the reason I brought the boy here today, actually, I'm backtracking because I had no idea it was this day, but it's a good excuse to have him here.
Okay.
Colby, it's National Eli Day today.
Huh.
Strange coincidence, huh?
It is a strange
I
coincidence.
mean, I totally meant to do that.
No, you didn't.
And weirdly, maybe, to go along with Eli Day, it's National High Heels Day. I've never seen him in high heels, and I'm crossing my fingers that that's not a thing, but I just thought it was interesting.
Which is better, the high heels and the shorty skirt, or
I'm going to say yes.
the high heels and jeans?
I think it depends on the body type. If it's the thicker variety of lady, I'm going with the high heels and jeans. If it's a shapelier figured lady, I feel like I'm saying lady weird.
Uh-huh.
I'm going with the skirt and the high heels.
Okay.
I think it depends on the person.
See, the high heels make the butt better. And the
Sure.
the jean butt's like one of my favorite forms of the clothed butt.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right there with you, but I like the thick jeaned butt.
So there's that.
Yeah, it's
By
also
the way, Book of Eli, good movie.
it's got that terrible actor in it though.
Don't
Tom Cruise should have been in it.
shut up.
Never seen it. Isn't the Book of Eli the Bible? Isn't that what it is at the end of the movie? Spoiler alert. And I've never seen it.
Yes.
Okay, I've always heard that. Why do they just call it the Book of the Bible?
Because you know what? Because you didn't watch the stupid movie, and I'm not going to explain it to
I
you.
don't care enough to watch it with him in it. He made one good movie, and everybody thinks he's a great actor.
Shut up, dude.
It's National Pick Strawberries Day.
Why?
I don't eat strawberries.
I mean, they're okay. Like,
They're
if there's
dirty.
a fruit tray in front of me, strawberries are going to be the last things that I eat.
I told you I did that experiment one day.
With the worms?
Yes. Where I bought strawberries at the store that are supposed to be safe to eat,
Uh-huh.
and you just put them in water, and you wait about an hour, and the water's full of worms. It was gross. I'm never putting a strawberry in my mouth again.
Obviously, they're digestible worms, so I don't care.
Your butt's full of worms, sir.
Probably. I don't care.
Speaking of other gross foods, it's National Quiche Lorraine Day.
Why is Lorraine's quiche different?
I don't know what makes it quiche Lorraine.
Oh, fine. I'll look it up.
Wow, Colby's doing show research during the show. Because something of some significance, Colby, it is National Rescue Dog Day. Tolo wasn't a rescue, but I would rescue him any day.
Okay, it's just quiche with breakfast stuff in it.
Well, who's Lorraine, and why did they name it after her?
I don't know.
It's very confusing. All right. Well, let's celebrate National Rescue Dog Day because that's a day that needs to exist.
I got the princess from the shelter, so there you go.
There you go. It is National Streaming Day.
Hi.
Not streaking, streaming.
We're going streaming.
You ever been streaking, Colby?
Yes.
Me too. Did we streak together?
Don't think so.
We didn't go mudding?
Uh-uh.
I streaked my 8th grade talent show.
Right.
I didn't even get in trouble. Like, no, everybody just laughed. I mean, I know why they were laughing at me. It was cold.
Right.
And I was naked, and it was 8th grade. I didn't get in trouble or anything.
I tore ass. We were at Louisville Lake, and I tore ass between a whole bunch of people I didn't know to the lake.
Streaked to the park.
That's right.
Sweet. We need to go streak at the quad. How about National Women in Aerospace Day?
Yeah.
I mean, this chick's kind of hot in this picture. Are there hot female pilots? I feel like that's not a thing.
Wait, are you saying there's...
Pretty cute.
Yeah, no, I would think most female pilots are pretty hot.
Really?
Yes.
And what would you base that on?
Base that on the fact that
I mean, if you're hot, you're going to be a stewardess, not a pilot.
No. Like, what are you talking about? If you're a pilot, don't you have to meet some kind of on your way up and be better than the dude? So you've got to like meet all the physical qualifications to get there. So you're not just letting your body go.
Like, in order to be a pilot, don't you have to be able to lift the plane with your bare strength?
You know what? Yeah. Tim, you do.
I don't think women can do that.
Sure. They just pick it up and they just launch it. That's what happens.
That's part of the test, right? I don't know how that works.
Confidence is sexy. A woman pilot's going to be very confident.
Well, no, I'm not saying I don't like them. I've never heard of one. Would you get on an airplane flown by a woman?
Yeah.
Like if you knew ahead of time.
Yeah.
You're getting on the plane and the stewardess is greeting you, says, and here's your pilot. And it's this little 5'4" thing sitting there.
Yeah. I don't have any problem with it.
I would say, look, I'm going to have to see you lift this plane before I get on it. Colby, I don't know how you're doing it, but your farts are coming in here somehow.
I'm not farting. It's your dog.
My dog doesn't ever do that. It's usually me, and he's running away from me.
Yeah,
God, it stinks in here. How about World Meteorology Day?
Study of meteors.
Oh, wait. I read that wrong. Sorry. It's not Meteorology Day.
Okay.
It's Metrology Day.
Study of subways.
Yes, Metrology Day. Metropolis.
Study of Superman.
Yeah. And there's your days, Colby.
That's amazing. Amazingly, how we got through that, I don't know.
I don't either.
Now it's time for another segue as we're about to get into the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Sports Report. So should we take turns? Because I think you've got more of this Stars things handled than I do as far as what's going on, and I've got a little bit more of the Mavs things. So
do it.
What, you want to toss to you first, or you want me to take it away?
Let's do Mavs first, because we know who the Mavs are playing.
We do know who the Mavs are playing. The Mavs are on the way to the Western Conference Finals versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. And first of all, the Mavs, Kyrie in closeout games and the way they were playing, and to make that comeback and then to seal it the way they did, which was, good God, could those free throws just bounce anymore before they went in? Holy crap. But they did. PJ locked it down, and you're on your way to go against the Minnesota Timberwolves, which the TNT crew, we're talking about the Mavs versus the Timberwolves and what was going on in each one of them. And I love the TNT crew. Each one of them picked the Minnesota Timberwolves to win this upcoming series.
I think I heard in 6 is what most of them were saying, right?
Right, something along that lines. And I don't see anything wrong with what they said. They're going on what they just got through seeing against the Denver Nuggets, where the Denver Nuggets had complete control of that Game 7 and then just forgot. It's like all of a sudden Jokic realized that he was going to play another 7-game series, and he didn't want to do that. He'd already got his title. He would rather go home. And the whole thing, I know a lot has to do with the Minnesota Timberwolves defense, but good God, that was almost as much of a defensive pressure win as it was they choked it away. It was right there in the middle. Now, the Timberwolves have, between Cat and Anthony Edwards and Conley and Gilbert and all those guys, and the guys coming off the bench, that defensively they are incredible. But I think the TNT crew forgot that defensively those Dallas Mavericks are right there up the board right now.
Well, no one's used to seeing that.
And this is going to be a hell of a series. And even though I don't fault their logic for saying what they said, I trying to keep my homerism out of it. There's ways this thing can go that doesn't end in the Timberwolves winning. And a lot of it has to do with how effective the combo of Luka and Kyrie can be on the perimeter. Because the perimeter defense of the Minnesota Timberwolves isn't as up to snuff as the middle of their defense, where they had a field day making life miserable for Jokic. You're going to have to extend that out even farther to try and get after what Luka's doing and what Kyrie's doing. And at some point, the one-on-ones aren't going to happen, and you're going to have to double them, and that leaves open shooters because you keep swinging across. And that's where the Mavericks will take advantage of that. On the other side, even though Anthony Edwards does look like he is the next
Goose.
I'm not going to say just next Michael Jordan, but that next Kobe, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, that the big guy in the league could be him. But he needs a 3-point shot to cap everything off. He's a little iffy from out there. Mid-range, he's good. Driving, he's good. He's just a little iffy on some of his shots. Is he a monster? Yeah. But offensively, man, this team can be shut down, the Timberwolves. And the Dallas Mavericks having a really good defense, this might end up being a low-scoring thing that ends up the Mavericks just a little bit better offensively in order to make this thing work. Could be. I'm going to say Mavs in 6, but we'll know a lot more once Game 2 is over with between the Mavs and the Timberwolves. Game 1, we all know. Everybody raise your hand. What's going to happen? The Mavericks are going to lose Game 1. That's going to happen. And if they don't lose Game 1, then holy crap, this thing could be over quick. More than likely, the Mavericks are going to lose Game 1.
I mean, that's just kind of what happens, right?
Then they'll win Game 2. Then they come home, and then we'll see what happens. But this series, I thought going into this, looking at what was going on, I thought it would end up being OKC and then Denver. Didn't really even give Minnesota too much of a shot to win that series. So the fact that we're playing the Timberwolves right now, that's a shocking thing to me. Can we go ahead and say, in case there's any OKC fans out there, your team's up and coming, Bubs. Your team is en route. You've got a lot of good young players. You had to go through a little bit of pangs, but the Thunder are in their way and on their way up the charts. You just hope that all these other teams don't end up rivaling with you, right?
Yeah.
That the Timberwolves aren't there to stay and everybody else, and somehow the Warriors have a resurgence or whatever happens. But the Thunder put together like they are, if they can keep those guys together, they're going to be really tough to deal with in the future, because they were kind of tough to deal with right now. So
I mean, that could be a long-standing rivalry, right?
It could be.
As our closest geographic team, to Dallas-Fort Worth, being in the same conference and as good as I think they're going to be. And I told you before the show, I thought Oklahoma City was going to be the Mavs' toughest opponent this postseason.
Right.
With all due respect to, the Nuggets and the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves just don't scare me at all. And I told you I was just more familiar with Denver than I am the T-Wolves. But I was more scared of the Thunder than anybody else. And I thought if the Mavs can get past the Thunder, I don't want to use the term smooth sailing because obviously it's not. But no. I just thought comparatively it would be an easier task for them.
I don't know if it just because a little bit more of the veteran team that's there in Minnesota, that's going to be a little bit of something to deal with, and also the boost that they got from just doing that to Denver. That's going to be, psychologically, you've got to be ready to just take on the world at that point. So, but yeah, if I'm going to call it, I'm going to say Mavs in 6. Tim's Facebook said Timberwolves in 4.
I totally forgot that I posted that.
I didn't.
Colby, did you see what time that was posted last night?
I did.
Okay, then consider the time it was posted and where you think I probably was when I posted it.
Yeah. I
totally forgot about that.
I asked you show bet because I was like, sure, we spin the wheel on that. That'd be amazing.
I totally forgot about that. I think I also posted that I'm pretty sure I could play in the NBA and the NHL right now if I wanted to.
Yeah. No, everybody stare at your camera and just make sure Tim stupid. So, Tim, there's your little bit of your Mavericks talk going into this thing. By the way, you may end up owing Jason Kidd an apology.
I don't feel like I am.
Yeah, you are.
So are you trying to give Jason Kidd credit for this run that the Mavs are on?
He's the head coach, is he not?
I don't know, is he?
Yeah, that's
I know he is by title, but all right. So, okay, look, I will say this, all right, without giving any credit to Jason Kidd for anything. I have seen his evolution as a head coach this season. But remember how far he needed to come as a head coach. Earlier in this season, he was making some questionable decisions. And he almost seemed like he had lost the team.
And yet.
It took them to go, on a 16-2 run the last week and a half of or 2 weeks of the season to even get in the playoffs.
Are you saying that like it's a bad thing or saying that like he's gotten them all together and running at the right time?
I will say he got the team to come together and get hot at the right time.
There you go.
And that's part of his evolution as a head coach. And because I also think he had nowhere to go but up. But the only bad part about this is, look, now the Mavs are going to win a freaking NBA title, which means we got to put up with Jason Kidd for at least 3 more years.
This team's not going anywhere, dude.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to win the title this year.
Uh-huh.
And now we got to look at Jason Kidd for another 3 years.
If they do win the title this year, you realize that the team's not going to get split apart like they did last time.
Like last time?
Yeah.
Because Mark Cuban can't do that anymore, right? He doesn't have that power. Hey, let's get Tyson Chandler out of here. He sucks now.
He's back with the team doing stuff.
I know. He should have never left after 2011. But Colby, the Mavericks roommates over at the AAC, or the Big Hangar, as they keep trying to call it for the last 30 years. It's never caught on.
No.
By the way, when is that AAC, the American Airlines lease up, or their sponsor? It's got to be coming up, right?
I don't know.
I thought it was a 30-year agreement initially.
Why are you asking me questions that I don't know?
I thought maybe you knew things.
No.
Like what a megatropolis is, or whatever that word was.
He's a evil Decepticon that
There
can
you
turn
go.
into a gun.
Megatron.
That's right.
Colby, the Dallas Stars have already made history this postseason by becoming the first team in the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs to knock off in consecutive rounds the previous 2 Stanley Cup champions.
Take that!
Yeah, take that, Colorado and Las Vegas. I'm sorry, Vegas. You can't call them Las Vegas.
Because they found it?
It's just Vegas.
Okay.
You know why they named them that? Why they named them the Vegas Golden Knights and not the Las Vegas Golden Knights?
No.
Because the locals don't refer to it as Las Vegas. They just call it Vegas, and they're trying to endear to the locals, which was smart.
Right.
I think it just confuses the rest of us, though. Just like what you just said. What, did they find it?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Las Vegas anymore?
Not Las Vegas. They found it.
So, Colby, talk about a coach that's come a long way. Pete DeBauer behind the Stars bench. I mean, he's got a history of success. He's led 2 previous teams to the Stanley Cup Finals. Was it New Jersey and I wasn't a big fan of the hire, I'll be honest with you, because he looked like one of these coaches that kind of fizzled out. But if he's going to fizzle out, he is going out in style here in Dallas, because he's got this team playing better than I have seen them play all season long. He's got, and man, I had some questions in that game against the Avs, the clinching game. I was wondering why it was taking him so long to shift the lines up. You weren't really getting a lot of offensive pressure. And that's kind of from people who are in the know, who know those things better than me. That's one way to try to generate a little more offensive pressure, is to shift the lines up. And that's apparently a very common thing with what they do, right? He didn't start doing that till like the end of the 3rd period. Or the beginning of the 3rd period, I guess. Whenever the Stars scored their goal, like that was the 2nd or 3rd shift after he started mixing up the lines. So, see, if you'd have done that earlier in the game, it would have been like a 6-1 win.
Or he would have played his hand and it would have worked.
No, it would have worked.
Caught him off guard by waiting so long.
But, and look, I was scared of the Avs, I thought, just like I thought the Thunder were the Stars' biggest test here in the playoffs. I thought the Avalanche were going to be the Stars' biggest test. And we don't know who the Stars are going to match up with in the West because you've got Game 7 tonight, Vancouver and Edmonton, that we'll have. I mean, it will be over long after we're off the air, but we'll talk about it a little bit on Wednesday. But I'm not too terribly frightened of either one of those teams.
Woo!
To be quite honest with you.
That should scare everyone.
Now, who I am afraid of is the team that's probably going to make it out of the East. Those Florida Panthers. Because that's my pick in the East. Panthers over the Rangers in 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Poor New York teams.
I mean, yeah, now you got the Knicks still in the playoffs, right? But
no,
I'm sorry, they're out. They're out. And Brunson broke his hand, right?
Correct.
So he wasn't going to be able to play anyway.
It's a Game 7 in New York, and they just do.
The pace. I forgot that game was on yesterday because I was drunk. Go figure. But Colby, it's whoever the Stars play here, I think they are set up so well to advance. Again, I'm not scared of either team. I don't care which one it is. Just for old time's sake, I'd kind of like to see them play Edmonton.
Okay.
Because the Stars in Edmonton have a much storied playoff history than the Stars and the Canucks do. Plus, I really don't want to have to look at those Canucks uniforms.
Because why?
They're just that logo's ugly. There's nothing endearing about the Canucks uniforms, team name. They play in a cool arena, but I hate the Canucks. Never been a fan.
Canada team, they suck.
I love Canada teams, except for the Maple Leafs. Not a big fan of the Maple Leafs, but no, I'm just I think they'll probably match up a little bit better. The Edmonton Oilers, they've got more of a porous defense, I think, than the Canucks do.
Okay.
And the way Chris Tanev has, we talked about this before, he's become such a calming influence on this team, both offensively and defensively. Kind of as the elder statesman, he's been through all of this before. And it's like night and day, man, when they made that trade. This team is an entirely different team by adding one piece to the puzzle. I mean, it's insane to me how one guy can have that much of an effect on an entire team with that many guys, right? It's not like a football team where you bring a quarterback in and he changes the culture. This is a defensive defenseman. he's somehow affecting the offense, and got the young guys playing with each other. I mean, it's amazing to me, and I couldn't be happier. But I swear to God, if they show up in one of these playoff games in the neon green uniforms,
it's on.
I'm rooting for the other team.
Shut up.
In that game.
You are not.
Swear to God I am.
You are not. Got to ask this question, though, Tim, even though you just said that stupid thing that you did.
Eat those uniforms.
Is the fact that both the Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars doing this at the exact same time, is it heightening the excitement for each game, or is it taking away a little bit of it?
Oh, to me, it makes it bigger.
Makes it bigger?
Yeah, there's no question. So I think if the way the schedule works out, they don't play on the same night, do they?
They don't.
They alternate nights, right?
It's every other night. Yeah.
Well, then how can it not? I mean, because every night you're gonna have a playoff game.
You are, but the thing is that there's just a level of excitement that you can reach before you're just like, that's too much. I'm having too much excitement.
Like, what if all these games go to overtime?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to have a heart attack, Colby.
And ultimate goal, say both of them hit that. Your finals winner, your Stanley Cup winner at the same, basically the same time. Both of them just bring the trophy home. Whoever does it first gets the most celebration, right? Because they did it? They did it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you're going to get equal celebration from basketball fans, because you've got your basketball fans that don't give a crap about hockey.
Right.
You've got your hockey fans that don't give a crap about basketball. So.
Then you got the means where I'm like, oh, my God, this would be amazing.
Look, not to get ahead of ourselves here, but how are we going to handle 2 parades?
That's way ahead of us.
Are they going to have to combine them?
Can you imagine a combined
Oh, my
parade?
God, how great would that be? That's never happened in the world.
I think you'd have to do separate parades.
You have
though,
to, right? Yeah.
And
God,
you
that'd
try
be
and get
so
your parade
great.
first because, you'd be paraded out.
Yeah, but I'd want to go to both.
Yeah,
Huh. I wonder if they'd let Dirk be in the parade.
of course.
Oh, he didn't do anything.
But he's there being dirt.
Well, if they're going to let Dirk in, they got to let Derek Harper in.
I mean, Harp's still calling games, so he'll be there.
Brad Davis.
That's right.
Does that mean McDonald comes back for the parade?
Mike Isolino shows up.
Jim Spanarkel.
That's right.
Just bring back James Donaldson. All the old school Mavs that couldn't get it done in '87 against the Lakers in Game 7. Still one of my worst childhood memories, Colby. Freaking Lakers.
There you go.
And we'll get into a little bit more of this in the second hour as we get into some Cowboys talk, Colby, because I would like to address in the second hour how all of this affects the Cowboys.
Oh.
With the success of the Mavericks, the Stars, the Rangers right off of a World Series. And by the way, don't count out the Rangers yet.
You might. Well, wait till
Just-
after the All-Star break before you count them out.
Just don't. So anyway, there you go.
So coming up next, we're getting into the good, bad, and ugly. And then we've got a list that Tim found that has a lot of pot farts in it.
It's worse than that, Colby. It is way worse than that.
That's next on the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about turf life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? That means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports. Heading into that second hour of the show, we appreciate everybody tuning in on YouTube, on Twitter. We got a lot of people on Twitter right now. Appreciate you guys tuning in, commenting. If you're listening to the recorded podcast, you're welcome to chime in however, whenever you want. 214-937-0569. That is the FanStream Sports text line. We appreciate your comments there. And we like to reply to you, whether we're live or not. We'll still talk to you, make you part of the show. Some Cowboys talk coming up. And then Colby didn't do this segment justice because what we're doing at around the halfway mark here is women share the secretly gross things that their partners do at home. That's what we're doing.
Okay. Pot farts.
Not gross things with... That is not gross. That is very endearing, sir.
No, that's awful.
Really?
That's awful,
I can't believe you think that. That doesn't make you want to just go to Pound Town right now?
Yeah, no. Not in the least. Man,
it's making my nipples hard.
I was with that chick, and I saw her, and she had on the shorty shorts and the shirt. She's jumping on the skateboard. I'm like, all right, that's cute. That's cute. But as soon as the pot comes out and we get echo fart, yeah, I got to leave. All right. I'm going to the store.
Look, if I'm not already married to her, I am proposing on the spot. And I'm bringing the pot with me.
No. In fact, that pot will never be cooked in ever again.
You can watch the farts out of it.
I don't think you can.
You had her clothes. You had her little yellow shorts as the filters. That's what it sounds like without the pot.
No. I don't think so. No, I'm out. I'm completely out. I've got to go do something to reset my brain.
Colby, in this segment coming up here after we go through our list, might be some shark references in that story.
Damn it.
That I think you're going to like.
All right, I'm going to tune out until news and notes.
I jumped into a mosh pit with a guy in a full-blown chicken suit.
That did happen.
You sure did. That's a real thing that happened. Colby, as you mentioned at the start of the show, we're going to bypass Mr. Shotgun because you've got some stuff brewing.
I do, but you want to get to good, bad, and the ugly? Or
we didn't do that, did we?
Mm-mm.
Damn it. I thought we were over there already.
Nope.
Shows what I know. All right, let's do some of that.
This is that segment where I go through all the people that were born today, find the people that are famous enough to make my list, and then offer that list to you guys for us to decide who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who is the ugly person. Thus the music, thus the title of this segment. Here we go. Starting off today, it is my niece, one of my nieces, Jasmine Denny's birthday. She is 22 years old. So there you go.
How old?
22.
Jazzy, I heard you refer to her as.
That would be the Jazzy.
Happy birthday, Jazzy.
61 years old and once had his strikeouts recorded in the outfield by beer mugs. It's David Wells.
I feel like that was appropriate. He was a hefty right-hander.
He was. And
no hitter, right?
All of the respect to David Wells, even though he was a hated Yankee. Still liked him as a pitcher.
Yep. There's a couple of Yankees pitchers I'm okay with from that era.
Not to be confused with his brother Amari, Todd Stottlemyre is 59 years old. Amari Stottlemyre.
I don't think they were related.
You don't think so?
No. He's a Ranger for a minute, right?
Was a Ranger for a minute.
And his dad, Mel. Old pitching coach for the Yankees, speaking of the Wankies.
That's right. A guy I always wanted to have on my team is up next. He reminded me of what, like, Lenny Dykstra would have been if he was also a cool guy.
Okay.
It's Jason Worth. He's 45 years old.
Yeah, I was always a Jason Worth fan. He always had good hair, like me.
It just seemed like that dude you would be all right hanging out with, even if he was from the other team or whatever. It's just like, okay, that guy's pretty cool, right?
He could hit a baseball far.
Good. 36 years old, and Tim, you probably want to look her up. She is a wrestler.
I'm in.
Kayden Carter. Kaydencarter.
Oh. Huh.
Say hello.
Hello, Kayden. She's got a unique look to her.
She has a very unique look to her.
Has a couple of outstanding features.
Yep.
Just leave it at that. How about that? Is she on now? I see some chicks up there wrestling on your TV.
I didn't look up in time to see. I think it was Valkyrie and somebody else, so I don't believe it was her.
Valkyrie's one of the ones I like, right?
I don't think you've seen Valkyrie.
We haven't talked about Valkyrie.
We have not.
I'm thinking of the movie.
Yes.
Or the hot black chick that was in Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. He's talking about Thor Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
The road dog Jesse James is 55 years old.
Colby.
Also a wrestler.
Oh, not the motorcycle guy that married Sandra Bullock?
No.
Oh, that's who I was thinking of.
This is Brian James.
Okay. You said Jesse James.
Yeah, his road dog Jesse James is his wrestler.
Oh, okay. So he is Jesse James. Okay.
Right.
All right.
You know what he did for everybody here in DFW?
AIDS.
You remember the no shirt 9 o'clock intro?
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, 105.3 The Fan proudly.
That was his intro?
That was it.
Oh, that's
I
fine.
ripped it exactly from him.
Should have just had him saying it.
It wasn't. He didn't have a no shirt 9 o'clock.
Right.
It was announcing his tag team.
Right.
But it's the same spiel.
Oh, that's funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly brings to you the road dog Jesse James, the badass Billy Gunn. We are the New Age Outlaws. That was it. Just ripped it. That's what happened.
I like your intro better.
Yeah. Also, my voice is leaving. So
is it? Where's it going?
I don't know.
It didn't ask for time off, did it?
It didn't.
Damn it.
Mindy Cohn is 58 years old.
Mindy Cohn from the greatness of Facts of Life. She was Natalie.
She's also the voice of Velma Dinkley.
On what?
Scooby-Doo.
On what Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo.
Like now?
Like, she's the voice of Velma Dinkley. She's been that for a long-ass time.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can hear that now. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Thought maybe you meant there was a new Scooby-Doo show or something.
Nope.
Well, it's probably made more money doing that than doing, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
I mean, every once in a while, you can still catch the facts of life somewhere, right?
Man, I had it hard for Blair. I was kind of a Joe guy, too, though, sometimes.
Don't know a lot of the words you're saying.
So Blair was the hot blonde chick, like the rich girl on the show, right?
Uh-huh.
Who, by the way, Lisa Welchel was her name. She's from Dallas.
Okay.
I believe she's a Highland Park High School grad.
How's it going, Lisa?
And then, of course, Nancy McKeon was Joe, the tomboy brunette chick that was always at odds with Blair. But every once in a while, I was kind of into the tomboy, and I thought maybe Joe was a little bit hotter than Blair.
By the way, your wrestling chicks right now are Io, Sky, and Valkyrie. So,
okay.
Io.
I think I like Sky, right?
Yes.
I think she wants me.
No, there's not a chance.
You don't know that.
I know, I do.
Did you speak to her personally and she said no?
The fact that she doesn't know who you are.
You don't know that. I'm going to show you some messages on my phone.
Well, your chat bot needs to be deleted.
Wants me, Colby.
Jack Gleason is 32 years old.
Jackie Gleason died a long time ago, the Honeymooners.
No, this would be your bad guy or your bad kid from Game of Thrones that everybody hated.
Oh, I've never seen it.
You should.
Well, it's too late now. It's off the air.
So you got HBO Max. You can go back and start it again.
People don't go back and watch old shows.
Yeah, they do.
We have new shows we have to watch. I still got to watch the new Rebel Moon. I haven't watched it yet.
It's okay. Timothy Olyphant Fantastic is 56 years old.
You talking about Timothy Oliphant?
Yes.
Okay. I thought maybe there was a wrestler. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Damn good. James Stewart passed away in 1997.
Dude, one of my all-time favorites. Zoos, paddles.
One of my all-time favorites, 52 years old today, Busta Rhymes.
Is it Buster or Busta?
Busta.
Don't get it. His mom must not have liked him.
It's a really good rap name.
It's not as good as my rap name.
No, it's a lot better than your rap name.
Than Hammy T?
Yeah, it's
That's the best rap name ever, and I don't even rap.
Probably right now she wishes she could turn back time, but turning 78 years old, it's Cher.
It is Cher's birthday today, Colby, and you know what? I still would.
Really?
1,000%.
Don't
like sober.
Wow. I think we're reaching my limits here.
What? Didn't you say you'd do B. Arthur?
Yeah, I mean, no, not now, because didn't she pass?
Yeah, she's gone, but I mean, before she was gone, you would.
Well, now, I wouldn't go after it, but yeah, because to walk in and say, hey, guess what I just got through doing? I mean,
exactly, at the party, right? We have this conversation with the same reason we'd both do Oprah. I mean, not at the same time. I'd even let you go first with Oprah.
Oh, well, I mean...
You think she'd let us...
No, I don't want to even think about
ride
that.
the Oprah train together?
No, I don't want to...
No?
I'm not getting on board anything with you.
If we promise not to cross swords?
Or anybody... man, no, I ain't...
Are we going mudding, Colby?
Nope. We are not.
Share.
That's everybody on this list.
All right, Colby, celebrating Facebook birthdays. By the way, if you would like your birthday to be shouted out on our show, just go friend me on Facebook. That's the easiest way to do it.
Right.
Colby, a very special happy birthday to my double fake pretend stepdaughter, Emma Clee. I think she's 20 today. As her and the family are out, this is Jessica's daughter of Kenny and Jess fame from the show that you'll know. 20 today. They're out in Florida celebrating. Special shout out to Emma. It is also Cynthia Garza's birthday.
What's up, Cynthia? Happy birthday.
And it is also friend of the show, Shauna Maddle's birthday.
Hey, what's up, Shauna?
Happy birthday, Shauna. And then as we continue, we're going to continue on now.
Are we?
Facebook will cooperate here. Colby, it is going to be, as we're here on Monday, we won't touch Wednesdays, but a very happy birthday to Melissa Ainsley. And Colby, can't believe you missed this one. Happy birthday to the great Will Chambers tomorrow.
Oh, what's up?
Heard on the weekends on the Weekend Fan at 105.3 The Fan here in Dallas.
Probably talking about Kentucky in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah. By the way, this board that we have in here, not this, but the one on the shelf over here.
Yeah.
It came from Will.
Huh.
Believe it or not. Big happy birthday to friend Lisa Valenzuela, who I one time drunkenly hit on in my hot tub with my wife right next to me and her husband right next to her. It was a weird night. Not going to lie.
Everything happened.
Happy birthday to Lisa. And I believe that's it. I really hope she's not listening. Carlos listens quite a bit. Happy birthday to your wife, Carlos. If y'all are still together. If you're not, give me a shout out.
Who are you talking to, Carlos or?
You know, at this point, I don't even care. It's been a long time, Colby. By the way, also shout out to the mighty Quinn on Instagram.
Brady Quinn?
The great Bailey Greenberg on Instagram as they're watching us on the gram. I guess they're gramming.
Okay.
As we're showing.
All right, then.
So, yeah, we are on Instagram. If you guys want to follow us follow the show on Instagram, we broadcast this on my account, IndyCarTim. Also, the Colby Sabin IndyCarTim Show Instagram account. All right, Colby, I guess I'll go first because that's just what we do around here.
Yep.
My good. Wow.
There's a lot.
Yeah. But, you know, chicks always take precedent over everything else, right? And since you made me look her up, my good is Caden Carter.
Okay.
I'm sorry, James Stewart. I'm sorry, Timothy Oliphant. And I'm sorry, Jackie Gleason. Even though that's not who it was.
It's not.
And I'm sorry, Cher. Maybe you'll return my calls next time. My bad? Not really hard. It's Busta Rhymes.
You're going to make me change my good, aren't you?
My ugly? All right. It's Mindy Cohn.
No!
Sorry, Natalie.
Damn!
Sorry, Natalie. I love you. Not really. I like Tootsie. I like Tootie more.
So,
Tootsie.
my good, shout out to Busta Rhymes, but he's not my good because you're on the same day as Timothy Oliphant.
Right.
And, dude, ever since the Hitman movie he was in,
Yeah.
that's just everything he does is like, yes. It was that, and of course, crap, why am I blanking on the Western show he was in? Deadwood.
Justified.
Deadwood.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's the HBO. Well, Justified was amazing.
Yeah, that's the only one I know that he was in.
Deadwood, the HBO series. Oh, that was great.
Okay. I've never heard of it.
My bad is Jack Gleason, just because of how hated your character was in Game of Thrones. Not because of anything you've done personally. You played the character awesomely. I just really hated him.
Are you a Game of Thrones guy? Like, watch it a lot?
I mean,
I never hear you talk about it.
Well, I watched it all the way up till I didn't watch the final season.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew that I wasn't going to be as didn't like where it was going, and so I'm just waiting on the books now to finish it off in my head.
Oh, there's books?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Started out as a book series.
So how do you know which one to do? Do you watch it or do you read because they can't be the same?
They're pretty close.
Are they?
They're pretty close. There's a lot of different. I mean, the books all of them is the size of a War and Peace, basically.
Right.
And there's like 8 of them or something.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But yeah, no. I'm going to finish that off with the books if it ever does come about. And my ugly, it's David Wells.
Good call.
David Wells.
Yeah, I could have gone that route too.
So.
But yeah, I kind of feel like if you put David Wells and Mindy Cohn in a room together, you might not be able to tell them apart.
Oh, no, you could.
Put a mustache on Mindy Cohn.
Right? And a mullet on David Wells.
Yeah, see?
There you are.
But you could. So
I think David Wells would be taller.
So let's go back real quick before we move on to our hypothetical.
Okay.
Of Oprah. When you would do that just for the story, right? You know, for the party story.
Right.
How big of a star does it have to be? Like, would Mindy Cohn fit that? Like, is there enough people that know who Mindy Cohn is that you would do that just to tell the story at a party?
It would have to be a specific situation.
Like, hey, I diddled Mindy Cohn. Everybody be like, who?
If I could get Mindy Cohn to dress like Velma Dinkley and also the whole time do the Velma voice.
Spit my Dr. Pepper out.
I think that's good enough story that it doesn't even really matter, right?
I mean, I would go with that, but would you just her? If it's just her. So that you could go to a party and say, I did Mindy Cohn. Or is it where enough people would be going, who's that? And then you'd have to explain Natalie from The Facts of Life that no one's watched in 40 years.
Yeah, see, that's
like, I would be impressed by that.
See, if you got to tell the story, it's got to be finished with, oh, yeah, she's the voice of Velma. By the way, she dressed up like Velma. But you know what I mean? That's, no, if it's just I can only say that one sentence, then I'm out.
Okay. That's a good question to ask, though, for some of these stars, right?
Right.
Huh. What about Caden Carter?
In.
And you probably wouldn't even have to tell the story, right?
No, I'd keep that to myself.
That's just for the experience.
Yeah. Keep that to myself.
Caden Carter -Ham. Is that where we're going with this?
Nope.
All right, there is your good. Oh, you didn't. You did yours. Yeah.
I did.
Man, I'm all over the place here. I don't know what's happening. I haven't even drank yet. I think that's part of the problem.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm usually 2 or 3 vodkas deep by now because we did golf earlier, but we didn't do golf today. So, Colby, this is the part of the show where you usually take over and talk about some fun things happening in the world of comic book movies and anything in the entertainment industry.
Correct.
But we're saving that for Wednesday, as we discussed. So instead, we're going to do our list this segment, which is usually on Wednesdays at this time. And this is I don't know how we got to talking about this a couple of weeks ago, about pies. Like, what's the best pies?
Right.
But I thought we would go through here, Colby, and power rank the pies.
Ooh. Hey, can I tell you something I found out about pies today?
Oh, yeah.
So
breaking news.
It is breaking news. I have attempted on a few attempts to recreate my granny's pecan pie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been good.
Does your granny say pecan or pecan?
I actually can't remember what she said.
Oh, okay.
But I would guess it's a pecan pie.
Okay.
Because she's an East Texas granny.
Yep.
So, or was.
Yeah.
God rest her soul. But anyway, I always try to recreate it. And I forgot that I had in my phone the recipe.
It was just in your phone?
Just totally forgot that I had it in there.
Wow. That's like Christmas when you find that.
I looked at it today, and the missing ingredient, I think I can still find this, is the white K-Rose syrup.
Okay. Yeah, you can still get that. That's at any grocery store.
Never. I would add the syrup, but it wasn't specific.
Yeah.
Right? So now I know.
Wow. Now I can't wait to taste it. You're going to have to bring one up here.
So it's going to be cooked at some point.
I love me a good pecan pie. Colby, I thought it would be fun to get some music going here.
And that's that story. Let's move on to the next story. All right, then.
I thought we'd go to Ranker because that's what makes Colby the most frustrated.
It does, usually.
But there's not really like explanations with these. They're just flat out ranked, right? So let's start at 30. Some of these I've never had, I've never heard of. But, you know, when we go to Ranker, it's people on the internet that are voting for theirs, right? An up ranking and down ranking or whatever it's called.
They're not real.
So let's start at number 30, something I've heard of but I have never had in my life. It looks gross. Rhubarb pie.
I've had rhubarb pie.
What is a rhubarb?
It's you know what? I don't know, but I've had it.
Okay. All right. Very good.
It's okay.
It's like a fruit, though, right? Or something?
I thought it was a vegetable of some
Maybe
sort.
so. I mean, what's the difference? Fruits and vegetables, they're the same.
I mean, okay.
And I always thought when I was little, it was rebar pie.
Yeah.
Why are you putting rebar in a pie?
Yeah, you know.
It's weird. Number 29, Colby, mango pie. I'm not out necessarily on mango pie, but it's not something I would order at a restaurant or something.
That actually sounds, I've never had that. I didn't know there was a mango pie,
Yeah.
and now I want to have that.
It's very sweet.
I imagine
obviously.
so.
Colby, number 28, something I am completely out on because I'm not sure what custard is. Custard pie.
So like an egg custard pie?
I have no idea. It just says custard pie. I don't know what custard is, so I'm not eating it. It's like ice cream, right?
Well, yeah, your egg custard pie is also one of my granny's pies, and love that pie. Best way to explain it is it's almost like a pecan pie, but they just didn't put any pecans in it. It's just the goo and awesome.
Oh, I like the goo in pecan pie.
So there you are.
Okay, but I'm out. I don't know what custard is. Makes it sound like mustard pie, which I probably would enjoy mustard pie. Colby, number 27. I feel like this is way too low, and I'm upvoting it right now as we speak.
All right.
On my Ranker account. Sweet potato pie.
Yeah, that is too low.
Right?
That is too low. Of course, I'm also a fan of the custard pie, and I'm
Yeah.
waiting to kick something else out of the way, so sweet potato pie is too low.
All right, how about at number 26, a variation of the rhubarb pie with strawberry rhubarb pie?
It needs to go back down there with the rhubarb pie and get away from the sweet potato and custard pie. It's already off.
All right.
This list is already off, Tim.
Uh-oh. Already mad. We're only like 3 in. Colby at number 25, something I have never heard of in my entire life. But we know I've been sheltered a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Caramel tart.
Okay, we're doing pies. We're not doing tarts.
Right, that's not a pie, right?
I mean, it's a small pie. It's like the cupcake of pies is a tart.
Okay, yeah, I'm out. I'm downvoting that one. Something I think I've heard of at number 24, but I've never experienced it, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to. With peanut butter pie.
Oh,
I think I've heard you talk about it before.
Peanut butter pie is amazing.
Like, what's in it? Is it just...
It's a... You know what? No. Because you're like, I'm already out. So no matter what I say, you're already out. It's like somebody made a cheesecake, but instead it's a peanut butter cake. It's a peanut butter. It's just this.
So it has a crust.
It has a crust, and it's got the filling, and then sometimes it has whipped cream on top, but it's just peanut butter goodness.
Seems like too much peanut butter to me.
It's not. It's amazing.
We're going to skip 23 because it's a custard tart, and we're already eliminating tarts from the competition.
Right.
At number 22, I don't think I've ever heard of this before, as it's just called cheese pie. I feel like that's a
It's like a cheese
venereal disease.
It's like a cheesecake?
It just says cheese pie. Like, I like cheesecake.
So it's like a cream cheese pie, maybe?
I don't know. Again, there's no explanation or recipes or anything with any of these. So.
All right, I already downvote that and make
Yep.
sure sweet potato and custard and peanut butter pie are up higher.
How about at number 21, raspberry pie?
I'm in.
I think I've ever had a raspberry.
It needs to go lower than the other ones I keep trying to upvote. But yeah, no, it's good.
Number 20, as we enter the top 20, another one I've never had before and probably never will, blackberry pie.
That's better than your raspberry pie, so they
Is
got
it?
that
Okay.
right. Yeah.
I guess I just don't know what these berries are. I'm unfamiliar. Number 19, one of my all-time favorite pies, and it is way too low at 19. Colby, it is the coconut cream pie.
It's okay.
No, it is a top 3 all-time pie for me.
You can go jump below the peanut
No,
butter
I already
pie.
upvoted it. It's too late. Number 18, strawberry pie.
It can go below the raspberry pie.
Okay. Yeah, I'm out because it's got worms in it. Number 17. Is this a variation of cheesecake? Is it's just called turtle pie? I've heard of turtle cheesecake. But I don't know
the
what turtle pie
is. Your pecan caramel situation. So if they're
Okay.
making a pie that's basically a pecan caramel pie, then yeah, I'm in.
Probably in. Okay. Number 16. I've had this on numerous occasions, but I've never had one that I enjoyed. Lemon meringue pie.
That can be higher than the coconut cream pie for sure.
No.
Yes.
Well, then how about 15 with banana cream pie?
That's actually higher than, I mean, it's still not better than a peanut butter pie.
I feel like that's better than...
Peanut butter pie is still better than everything else that's pretty much been mentioned.
Number 14. Colby, Warrant said it best. She's my cherry pie. Seems low. I'm not a fan of cherry pie, but I thought it was more popular than the 14th best pie on Ranker.
And cherry pies are good. That's about, I would probably get to around 14 after I was naming pies before I'd get to cherry pie.
Really? It'd probably be one of the first ones I mentioned, but I don't like it. Number 13, and this is certainly too low for this, and I know you will agree. Pecan pie.
That is damn low.
Right? Like not even top 10. Huh. And pecan pie loses the spot to peach pie.
Peach pie is great.
I've never had peach pie. I've had peach cobbler.
Same situation.
Because I like the cobbler crust. Number 11, I've had this. as the lovely and talented Brit made this for me a couple of times. It's a name we haven't brought up in a while.
Yep.
Mud pie.
It's your chocolate.
She called it a Mississippi mud pie.
Right.
And I jokingly said, "Oh, I don't think you should call it that." She's like, "Why? Like, do you not know what a Mississippi mud pie is and like sexual moves?" And she's like, "No, tell me." And I was like, "No, just stop calling it that." She's like, "Okay." Oh, it was really good.
Give me the peanut butter pie over that, by the way.
No!
Of course.
You're fired.
I'm not.
Colby, top 10 now. And I do see, as I look ahead, my top 3 all-time favorite pies are in the top 10.
Okay.
Number 10 is blueberry. Not one of my favorites.
It's a really good, I like a good blueberry pie.
Look, I like blueberry muffins. I've never had a blueberry outside of a blueberry muffin, and I don't think I would eat one.
I've had blueberries every way you can have blueberries.
I thought they were only in muffins until I was 30 years old.
You never got a package of blueberries? You start eating them?
No. Is that a thing you can do?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you buy blueberries at the produce section at pretty much anywhere.
No, never. I've never seen a blueberry except in a muffin. She was pretty. Colby, number 9, one of my top 3 favorites. Apple crumble.
So they've tried to find a way to squeeze in apple pie twice in this list?
Maybe more. Apple crumble is my 3rd all-time favorite pie. Number 8, cookies and cream pie.
There we go.
That's pretty good, right?
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Number 7, Hershey cream pie.
Just basically the same as the cookies and cream pie. Just
it's got Hershey's poop in it. At number 6 is my number 4 personal all-time favorite pie. Pumpkin pie.
No, it needs to go lower than the sweet potato pie.
I love pumpkin. I mean, I can't tell much difference between a pumpkin pie and a sweet potato pie.
Oh, man.
Number 5, I ate my share of these back in the late 80s when I was a bartender at Black Eyed Pea in Carrollton because it was one of the desserts on the menu that I could get at a discounted rate, which meant I paid like 80 cents a slice for it instead of $1.99 back then. Key lime pie.
Yeah, they can go ahead and jump on down the list a little farther.
I like key lime pie. All right, at number 4, what about your just generic chocolate pie?
Best pie on the list right there, sir.
No.
Best pie.
I mean, it's good.
Best pie on the list. Of course, I have yet to make you the sap chocolate pie.
It's true.
That's
true.
The ultimate form.
I haven't had your breakfast chocolate sauce either, if that's a thing.
Chocolate gravy.
Or gravy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast sauce. Mark. Number 3, Colby, the chocolate silk pie. What makes it silk?
It's like a version of cheesecake almost.
Okay. Not sure I've ever heard of that before. Colby, the top 2 are my top 2 favorite personal pies of all time, but they're swapped. So at number 2 on the list and number 1 in my heart, apple crisp.
Yeah,
I absolutely love an apple crisp.
It can jump down there underneath blueberry pie.
No. And then number 1.
It's just your basic.
Number 2 in my heart, apple pie.
Yeah, it can also go jump down below.
Oh, those are perfectly placed here, Colby.
They are not.
So what's your all-time favorite pie?
It's all-time favorite is chocolate pie.
All right.
All-time favorite.
Not boysenberry?
No.
Elderberry pie?
Number 2 is going to be your pecan pie. And number 3 is going to be your peanut butter pie, followed by your egg custard pie.
Colby, tell me if you've ever heard of this one at number 36. Bean pie.
Yes.
Never heard of that. What in the hell is bean pie?
I don't know, but that song, Bean Pies Floating in My Mind. Bean pies, bean pies.
I don't know what that is.
It's stuck in my head now.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a song.
For the love of God. Huh.
So there you are.
All right, well, there's your list.
So coming up next, women share secretly gross things their partners do at home, plus the 3 moves the Cowboys should make to change the negative narrative, and also news and notes. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It, and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things? To showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports.
What up?
I'm IndyCarTim. That guy over there is Colby Sapp. Make sure you check us out on shout out to us on the FanStream Sports text line, 214-937-0569. We'll see it. We'll shout you back out.
Right.
Appreciate everybody tuning in on the X, on the Instagrams. Got some Facebook viewers, and of course the regular show on our FanStream Sports TV, which is our YouTube account. Appreciate everybody tuning in, being a part of the show tonight. Colby, we try not to do too much sports around here.
We try not to.
Because you wring my neck when we talk too much sports.
Of course, tonight would have been one of those nights where I'm okay with it because we had a lot of sports things going on.
You need to tell me that in advance.
Like,
hey, it's okay if we do sports tonight. I feel like I'm being set up.
No.
We talked some Stars and some Mavs in the first hour, and we're going to get to a little bit of Cowboys here, but thought we would lighten things up a little bit, Colby, because I found not really a list, but an interesting article.
Uh-oh.
Where did I find this? This is at BuzzFeed. It's always fun things at BuzzFeed. And Colby, the headline of the article which caught my attention as I'm scrolling through websites. Quote, he ejaculates on walls and doors.
What?
End quote. Then it says, women are sharing the secretly gross things that their partners do at home, and I am sickened and speechless. So, of course, I had to investigate.
Okay.
I thought, oh, I bet you Colby would like to hear about this.
I mean, some of it maybe.
And all of our awesome listeners and viewers that we have here on the Colby 7 IndyCarTim show, here on Fan Stream Sports. Colby, the first one here. Let's get a little music. Pretty sure I'm going to mark all of these as I'm reading them. Colby, our first one kind of sickens me a little bit.
Uh-oh.
So you know it's bad. As a woman submits, my husband is too lazy to walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night, so he keeps a large bottle beside his bed to pee into.
No. Get your ass up.
If we were sharing a room, this would not fly, but we have an 8-month-old who shares the bed with me, and he sleeps in the other room right now. Trust me, when he moves back into my room, this will no longer happen.
Now, this is something that he's done his whole life, right?
Has to be. You don't just start doing this.
No. And it was probably one of those, he had a messy room, and one night he was just like, you know what? It's bottle time.
Why? Like, how far away is the bathroom?
Maybe it was the only one-bedroom house. And, like, he might have had, somebody else that was a late-night person that always was in there doing things.
Man, I guess.
I mean, that's the only reason why I can think why that would have been, not unless you were a major gamer and you just used to peeing in bottles because you didn't want to get up.
Do gamers do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm out. I mean, there's such a thing as pause, right?
Not on online games.
Well,
you're there.
Just wait a minute then. That's ridiculous. Colby, the second woman here submits, and this is just gross to me. And look, I am by no means a neat freak.
Right.
But I keep a clean house. I don't like clothes on the floor. I don't like dirty clothes scattered around. I have a basket for that.
Okay.
And we have a sink for dishes.
Yeah.
All right? So this woman submits, sometimes my husband piles his dirty dishes on top of his dirty laundry as if they're all the same thing. I don't get it at all, and it drives me up the wall. I don't know if she was trying to rhyme, but she did. He's creating the perfect rat oasis on his side of our room, and it's sheer luck that we haven't had rats yet. I try to pick it up when I see it, but sometimes I don't see it because he throws dirty clothes back on top of other dirty dishes. I wish I was kidding. In every other respect, he's the perfect partner for me. And this one drives me up the wall, but it's super nasty.
I can't imagine you pick up that last pair of underwear in the bottom pile and it has the old whatever
you had for dinner?
Yeah.
Or breakfast on it?
7 nights ago.
Oh, I'm gagging here a little bit talking about this.
That's dumb.
This one will make you gag, Colby. Our third young lady submits, when he pops his pimples and blackheads, he wipes it on the wall next to the mirror. He also wipes his boogers on his side of the driver's seat in the car. It's just disgusting. Look, to me, that's a divorceable offense.
Okay, first of all, no, to none of that. All of that. Get out. Go away.
God.
That has to be fixed. You have to stop.
Probably deeper issues there with him.
Yes.
Or with all of these people, all these guys, right?
That's just, nuh-uh. Sorry.
How about this, Colby? He shaves the dead skin off his heels with a razor blade and leaves the pile of skin flakes on the end table.
For everybody for what?
I mean, if it's an end table, it's in a common room, right? It's not like an end table you call that a nightstand in the bedroom.
Are you saving it to make your own candle?
To make your own clone?
Yeah, no.
No.
Why?
All right, Colby, now here's the one that was in the headline. And you got to see the picture. I have to show you the picture that came with this. Oh, my God. can't believe this is on here. So again, I'll read the quote, but it finishes the quote because it was just a teaser in the headline. Colby, this woman says he ejaculates on walls and doors and brags about it and says it's making our home safer and stronger. What the hell?
Safer because he's putting a little bit of him on everywhere?
I don't know.
Marking his territory?
There's other ways to mark your territory.
There is.
Write your initials on it.
Or just...
Colby, here's the photo that accompanied this quote.
I don't understand.
On BuzzFeed. It always goes back to food.
That shit's bananas, dude.
What in the hell?
I feel like if you were to post that photo to Facebook, you'd get banned.
You'd get shut down. You'd be canceled. And it's just a banana.
Yeah. And I'm sure that crema or whatever that's on it's probably sweet cream. It's probably good. Would you eat that, Tim?
I don't eat bananas much. I should. All right, Colby, this one's a long one, so bear with me here.
All right.
The butt crack. I can't. I can't divorce the love of my life, the father of my kids, the person with whom I can laugh and cry together, my life partner in sickness and health, good times and bad, over the fact that he will not ever pull up his pants. The crack is everywhere. Cute video of the kids? He is inevitably bending down at some point with the video of his crack to the camera. Skyping my parents? Sure enough, he's in the background picking something up off the floor, crack to the camera. At the dog park? Let him pick up this dog toy, crack to the world, crack, crack, crack. I gave up on it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't bother me. I live with a butt crack.
There's some people out there. Because some people just have the half crack, right?
Yeah.
So no matter how far you bend down or whatever's going on, you'll never show butt crack because you've got the half crack. And some people have got the full crack all the way up to the top, almost farther than everybody else in the world. That person, as soon as anything slips on where James normally meant to go, ass is out now. There it is. He sounds like he's got a full crack.
I don't get it either.
Like the top of his cheeks go higher than everybody else's.
Yeah, and his pants just don't go that high.
Right.
Let's blow through some of the rest of these so we can talk a little bit of Cowboys before news and notes. Colby, this one says, so he is 72, and this has been an issue for about 4 years, but he just farts up a storm as he walks from here to there in the house. The farts are so full of sound and very long in duration that I can hardly believe he has not pooped his pants. It's frequent and funny and awful all at the same time. Been there.
I tell you what, and she's passed on from this plane, but my Meemaw, I remember walking into, we were at the hospital for some reason or another. It wasn't for her. She's standing in the waiting room, and throughout all of her life, she was the most upstanding, pristine. Her couch and everything was covered in plastic. You know, that this person, an unearthly clean person. And I walked in to the waiting room as small, I was what, 12 at the time, maybe a little younger. And I walk in the waiting room, and this is the moment that I knew Meemaw didn't care no more. She's standing up, and she looks at me, she smiles. And all of a sudden I heard ripping sounds. There's other people besides me and her in there. And she's just letting it go. And that's the moment that I was like, she's found her peace. She no longer cares about what any of these people in this room think about her right now.
And good for her.
And it was damn funny.
Kind of feel like I arrived there some time ago. Unfortunately. Colby, this woman submits, he doesn't wash his ass properly in the shower and then wipes shit on the towels. We now have color-coded towels, and I try not to look at or think about his. I also don't do butt stuff with him anymore, which would imply that at one point you did.
Yeah.
So shit on the towels.
First of all, no. You can't just, I mean, you're washing the butt. You got to make sure, because things happen back there. So, get after it.
Colby, my husband picks off his toenails and chews on them.
Mark.
He even saves a good one for later if it's not the right time to chew right there and then. His favorite toenail to chew on is the big one. So disgusting.
Can't do it.
No.
Can't do it. First of all, does he rip off the toenails or he clips them and then chews on them? Or
She says he picks them off. So I don't think he's using clippers.
All right.
I don't know how you do that.
Not like the Kevin Hagelin can put his toe to his mouth.
But why would you want to?
I don't know how he found that out. Guess he just had that toenail.
It's a dare.
Yeah. Can you suck on your own toe? I don't know.
Let's find out. Colby, this one's short but to the point. It just says he sharts himself at least 1 to 2 times a week.
That's too many.
That's 1 to 2 times a week too much, right?
Right. Unless you've got the gassy rhea where you're not sure and you're just not sure. And you surprise it's poopy.
Surprise, I'm here.
Yeah.
Colby, this young lady says he pees in the laundry sink and in various vases around our house.
Okay, the laundry sink. All right.
But why? Are the bathrooms full? Then okay. I would do the same thing.
But various vases throughout the house? That's gone too far.
Yeah. This man leaves used dental floss on the couch. Why are you flossing your teeth on the couch?
Just, something to do. At least he's flossing.
Colby, this one says he leaves his poop in the toilet and justifies it as, if it's brown, let it mellow, followed by, you don't have to wipe every time.
Leave him.
I feel like he's, you need to get out of there. Scratches his balls and then sniffs his fingers.
Who doesn't do that?
He also tries to get me to smell them too. The balls or the fingers, kind of.
No, I wouldn't have anybody else, but, just basically checking to see if the shower's needed now or it can wait.
I mean, all right, I guess, Colby. You do you.
That's right.
And there you go. There's our grossest thing that women say their partners do around the house.
Glad it wasn't reversed because it got nastier because women are nastier than men.
I believe you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Colby, real quick here, let's talk a little Dallas Cowboys. Woo! Good morning to you. The Cowboys have obviously fallen behind the rest of the DFW sports teams.
No.
Colby, I'm not sure if you remember or not, but last year the Texas Rangers won the World Series.
You know what? I do.
And if you've already forgotten, because we just talked about it, the Stars and Mavericks are both making their respective conference finals.
Yep.
This year. Dallas hasn't been to a NFC Championship game since the year of their last Super Bowl win, which the 95 season, so January of 1996 was their last Super Bowl win.
Right.
But they're all in.
Yeah.
So, Colby, I found an interesting subject here over at Cowboys Country, which used to be CowboysSI.com. Before that's Colby.
Exclusive.
On the top 3 things, or the 3 things, the Cowboys need to do to find relevance again.
All right.
2 of these I agree with. 1 of them I'm not so sure. Fish. Should have had him on to defend himself.
See how many I agree with.
Number 1. Sign Dak Prescott.
Don't agree with it.
The will they, won't they drama is off-putting, and as our Mike Fisher has noted, smells an awful like indecision. Which I agree with that part. I don't agree necessarily that you need to go ahead and sign him yet.
I want the prove me season. We're here now. We're already here. Go ahead and let's prove it. Let's show everybody wrong, and then you can sign him to whatever after it's all said and done.
So this comes back in the third point. All right, so they're connected. And I agree with the third point, but you have to do the number 1 point to do the number 3 point. So let's get to number 2.
All right.
Fish says, give the GM title to current VP of Player Personnel, Will McClay, and mean it. Let him be your GM.
I agree with that. That's never happening. I agree, though.
Never will happen. Even though he does have a lot more say-so, him and Steven have a lot more say-so in the draft process, scouting process, than they used to.
I'm going to tell you straight up, I currently believe after hearing him talk more on the fan, I don't think Steven needs to be involved.
I agree with that. And there was a time when I was excited about the possibility of a time when Steven would take over.
Right.
But just like you, I've heard him talk too much the last few years, and I think he's just Jerry all over again.
Yep.
Steven's a money guy. Steven's not a football guy.
So
there you go. And Colby, number 3, which again is contingent on number 1. Number 3, Fish says, quit pussyfooting around at 2 obvious positions of need. Make a move at running back and a defensive tackle by using the cap room around $20 million created when you sign Dak.
You know what? Okay, yeah, but I actually I don't really want any more moves made for this season. I want all the cards on the table, everybody out there, like it is right now. This is what you prepared. Maybe go bargain bin shopping once, training camp starts and people start getting moved off of boards and such like that, fine. But go out there with what you got and see if your draft picks work. See if Mozzie's going to be that. Let him out there full time. Let Zim coach him up. Maybe the difference in philosophies help. But let's just see. And if it doesn't, then McCarthy can go, Dak can go, and we can refire this thing back up. And if it does, which I actually kind of think it might, just the addition by subtraction, all of that, whatever. The offense wasn't bad last season. I think the defense has the parts to be good. Just got to make them work. And maybe Quinn was overrated.
Which we've kind of found out late last year he probably was.
So,
Colby, we missed some comments here. Our buddy Will. Cowboys are all in the dumpster.
Yep.
And then earlier when we were talking about the gross things men do. Wait, what? Chewing toenails? Do you know what kind of flexibility you got to have to do that? Yeah, we were just talking about that with Hagee.
That's right.
And then, of course, the Sharts. He said at that point you got to just stop trusting farts.
True.
And Ada Boys chimes in. Exclusive.
Damn right.
You go, boys. Thanks for chiming in here. But, yeah, so I'm kind of in the same camp as you. I don't want them to re-sign Dak. Because I can already tell you what's going to happen. We've seen this story before, right? They're going to be one. If they make the playoffs next season, they're going to be one and done. And, look, the Lions have passed them. They've still never caught up to the 49ers. I don't know what's going to happen with the Eagles this year. They could fall apart like they did last year, or they could win the division. I don't know, right? So, to me, they're a wild card. I don't think you're better than the Packers. I don't think you're better than the Buccaneers.
No, you're better than the Buccaneers.
I know that you're significantly better than the Seahawks.
You're better than the Seahawks.
I think the Commanders could be better than them this year.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen.
But, so, look, I right now have zero faith, and I want changes, and the only reason there's going to be changes is when they fail again. And if you sign Dak for another 3 years, we're stuck with him for another 3 years.
Here's my exact thinking on it, is it can go one of two routes. And we've seen throughout Dak Prescott's life that back against the wall, he needs to make it happen. He makes it happen. All right, put his back against the wall. See if that's the thing that gets everybody over the hump. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't, and Tim, you get your victory. And if it does, then everybody gets our victory by seeing this thing progress. And then once it progresses and you see what you have, then you go back to start adding pieces to it again. Mm-hmm. So either way, we come out better in the end, I think, of this. It fails and falls apart like everybody expects it to, then somebody hits the reset button.
Right.
We have the Dallas Cowboys reboot. Awesome. But if that's the push that needs to happen to make this thing work happens, then everybody's excited. And then we go look for the fact that maybe every team in a year span makes it to the finals.
Right.
And wouldn't that be amazing? So it's two outcomes, because failure is not doing one of those.
Right.
It's not making it to the NFC Championship game. I think that's the failure again. And I think with him not signed, I think your recourse is maybe we should try something else. We've seen that movie before.
Yep. And when we say something else, is there a better option right now? I don't know, but we don't know what the options are going to be after next year either.
Right.
You know, Jared Goff was going to be free. Well, he just got paid. But there's a number of, look, we talked about it, I think, last week on a show. Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be free.
Right.
And I forgot what the other names were that came out. I mean, obviously you got Trey Lance on the roster.
Yeah, the Cowboys are telling us Trey Lance looks amazing.
Great. Then let's see it.
Yep. We probably will this preseason.
So let's see it. I'm all for that. All right, very good. There's your Cowboys talk. You guys let us know what you think about the Cowboys' current situation, if they need to make more moves. Let me know if you're hoping for failure, too. That's a weird fan dynamic, right? That sometimes you want change so bad that you wish for failure. So just so the change happens.
I'm not wishing for failure. I am hoping the back against the wall thing works.
Sure.
But if it does, then, hey, new's cool, too. Let's try something new.
New's good, Colby. New women are always good. All for it. That means, Colby, if you're ready over there,
I am ready.
it's time for a little bit of this.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to, where are we going? Arizona. Don't go to Arizona much. We should go there a lot more often from what I've seen when I've gone to spring training. There's some weird people out there. Some weird people in Arizona, including Benjamin Hollins. He's 50 years old. He was arrested on Tuesday, around 7 months after he allegedly had a woman falsely say he jumped to his death from Roosevelt Bridge. So he was arrested because he was supposed to register as a sex offender.
I mean, we've all been there.
Nope, haven't.
Oh.
So instead of registering, what he decided to do was to fake his own death. Okay.
Seems reasonable.
That seems pretty smart. First of all, don't end up in that situation.
Right.
But secondly, fake my death. Now, usually it's fake my death, move on, change my name, blah, 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 create a new life, right?
Yep.
Don't, after you fake your death, stay in the same city. That's dumb. So he faked his death. The sheriff's office showed up, and they were, of course, searching for him because he jumped off a bridge. So they had divers out, they were out there with the Spaceballs comb just going across just looking for him.
Combing the area.
Yep. Needless to say, they didn't find him because he wasn't in there. Then they found him later as they ran into him at a gas station.
Hey, you.
Hey. What's up, Benjamin?
Hey, I found him.
I found the dead guy. He's alive. So he got arrested for faking his own death and not, registering.
Not dying.
He
got arrested for not dying.
He got arrested. Yeah.
Huh.
Would you think to try and say, I jumped off that bridge, but I survived?
Tried my best.
I tried my best. I failed. So.
Huh. No fake mustache or wig or nothing, huh?
Didn't shave his head. No, it's just him.
Just him.
Just him. Again, if you fake your death, move.
Or die.
Yeah. Move to a place that nobody knows you.
Move to Canada.
Right? Let's go from there to Japan. Do you know Japan? They don't have raccoons in Japan. It's not native to Japan.
Can you take one with you, though?
Bunch of people have.
Oh, okay.
Because.
So they're not illegal.
Well, now they are.
Oh, no.
Because now they have over 10,000 raccoons in Japan.
I call that band name, by the way.
10,000 raccoons.
Yeah.
The reason why is since 1977, they've had an anime that was real popular over there called Rascal the Raccoon.
Oh,
that it made Japanese folks want raccoons. So they would come in with their pet raccoon, and then they'd have it, and then somehow the raccoon would get loose. And they did what raccoons do. They went out and mated with other loose raccoons. So now they have an infestation of raccoons that they don't know what to do with.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Raccoons.
Oh, raccoons.
Rocky Raccoon.
That's right. So watch out for those garbage weasels.
Yep.
They'll get you.
They're just rodents, right?
Trash pandas.
Trash pandas. Yeah, they're mean, too.
They're not very nice. I've told you that I've went through a ceiling because of a raccoon before.
Yeah.
Yep. I was running duct work for an air conditioning company. It was mine. My air conditioning company. I was also, because people weren't there, had to run the duct work myself. So got duct work on this hand, and I'm in a crawl space running to this boot that I can see where, I'd cut so I can see the skylight, the room light coming through. But I can't see anything else, but I have a little light on the top of my hat. I'm running it over there, and I flash the light over in the corner, and I see two eyes.
They'll stare at you, too.
You ever heard of raccoon chitter?
Yes.
It's scary.
It is, especially in that setting.
It's not nice at all. It was a mama raccoon.
Oh, she have babies?
Yep.
Oh.
And so I knew that this mama wasn't happy with my current state of shining lights at her. And I felt the charge coming. So I'm on two boards because I'm in an attic. And all I did was move my elbows and knees in and formed a Colby hole right through the ceiling. Fell about 10 feet, right behind the guy that owned the home who was on the computer in that particular bedroom.
Oh.
I hit the ground. I didn't hit a bed. I didn't hit a table.
Of course not.
Could have been anything. No, straight to ground. Bounced. It hurt. And he was very mad about the hole in his ceiling. Didn't even bother to check on me.
I was going to say, he wasn't concerned for your well-being or anything?
No, or anything else. He was livid. And I was livid that he'd tell me that he had raccoons
Did
in
he
his
know?
attic.
Think he knew?
How can you not? I mean, you can hear rats running around.
I guess that's true.
This is a raccoon.
Yeah.
It's a large rat. Somebody has to know there might be something in that attic, especially if it took time to have birth.
In your attic.
Yeah. Needless to say, after I informed him he might also want to call somebody to get rid of the raccoon in his attic, calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Go make me a sandwich.
That's right. And I fixed his ceiling. So there you go.
Probably looked better than it did before.
It did.
I hate that guy.
Let's go to Indianapolis, where a man is charged with 2 counts of robbery as he robbed a Big Lots and a Dollar General. How he got caught was not because of the money that he stole. He got caught because he also stole a bag of Funyuns that he ate and then just threw the wrapper down on the street on the way out. Which had his fingerprints on it. They printed him, and he's a previous felon. And they found him.
Oh, boy.
Because of Funyuns.
Funyun dust.
If he would have made... Because everything else, he was covered. Didn't touch anything, walked in there, robbed him. But also took that bag of Funyuns on his way out. And the camera saw him. The front door camera saw him eat them. And he just, first of all, ate a whole bag of Funyuns while escaping a crime scene. And then tossed a bag.
That's talent.
So
I like Funyuns. Funyuns are underrated.
I think the other part of this story is you robbed a Big Lots and a Dollar General.
Shouldn't you aim higher?
Yeah. I don't think you got away with much. Let's go to Pennsylvania, where a man was doing some yard work in his home, and he just got this home about a year ago, doing some yard work, and happened to rake up a significant amount of cocaine.
I'm going to go home and rake.
So the suspicious item, which turned out to be a significant amount of cocaine that was found, he looks at it, and then I guess all the episodes of Miami Vice he'd ever watched before kick in, and he goes, I think this might be the cocaine. Calls the police, which I don't know if I'd do that.
Not at first. Would you try the cocaine first?
No. Because no. I'll never do anything that runs me higher than what I'm doing right now.
Right. Adrenaline.
I'm not speeding up. I'll slow down, but I'm not speeding up. Not doing that. But as much as I know what cocaine is worth,
yeah,
it would take me a little bit to go, wait. Do I know anybody?
Yeah, you'd have to facilitate the sale of it and know people who know what it's worth and to sell it. I mean, it seems to me like it's a lot to go through for, a few $100s.
Right.
Or even a few $1,000s, especially at the risk of going to prison.
It's true. But then the story would be, I don't know, I found it in my yard. I was just trying to get back to the owner.
Huh.
So, yeah, significant amount. The article doesn't say how much, but a significant amount means more than he found the ring of some old coke dealer that had a little bit of a rock in it or something.
Why are you bringing the rock into this?
If you smell, and that's news and notes, everybody.
Wow. Colby, before we shut it down here, our buddy Will might have the dumbest comment of any comment I have ever seen on the planet when we were talking Cowboys.
Oh, yeah?
I believe what he is doing here is suggesting the Cowboys investigate signing Russell Wilson to be their quarterback if he fails in Pittsburgh.
No,
if he fails in Pittsburgh, why would you want him in Dallas?
Because he's a Packer fan.
Okay, well then you're canceled, sir.
Doesn't live in Green Bay, but he's a Packer fan.
You're canceled if you're a Green Bay Fudge Packers fan, sir. That's it. All right, and on that note, now that we've mentioned the Fudge Packers way too many times on this podcast.
Right.
We will be back on Wednesday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports. You can find us on the FanStream Sports app for all of our great programming on the go 24/7. Download it for iOS and Android. We'll also be on our YouTube channel. You can find us on Facebook, several X accounts, Instagram, all of that good stuff. But we look forward to seeing you again on Wednesday. And until then, boys and girls, we'll see you.